1 lakh per month is like one of those big income goals that all of us seem to have. And in today's video, I'm going to tell you guys my story of hitting my first income goal of 1 lakh per month. And yes, I would say that took me a little bit of time to reach that point, but it's okay. Der aaya durust hai. In today's video, I'm also going to give you a few actionable steps that you can take and which I wish I had when I was starting my freelancing journey. Hey guys, it's Saheli and I'm a freelancer who started out with content writing and I moved on to marketing eventually. And I still do content writing these days though, but my focus is always on marketing now. And most of the times I am found in my room working on my laptop. So yeah, basically that's who I am. That's how my life looks like. And I also have a consultation business where I help people get started in their freelance journey. So if you are interested in starting your own freelance journey, make sure that you stay tuned to my channel, and you can check out the link in my description for more details if you want to contact me personally. Now, moving on to my video, how I made my first 1 lakh month. It started in about 2019 beginning when I took a course on marketing. Now, before that, let me give you a little bit of background for myself, because freelancing is not something that was done new to me in 2019. I got my first freelance gig at the age of 15. I'll link a video which was posted on my first channel where I talked about that whole deal. But yeah, I got my first gig when I was 15 and I started consistently about the age of 17. So by 19, I was working for almost 2 years consistently as a freelancer, primarily in writing, book reviewing, etc. The problem with that was that although I was doing it part-time then, I could not reach more than 30-40,000 per month, even if I tried really hard, because those kind of niches, your income does get a little bit capped after a certain point. So I had reached that point. I guess if I was doing it full time, I would be able to reach 1 lakh per month, but I was not. It was not in my possible capabilities, because I'm a student as well and I also have my YouTube channel. So freelancing is something that I was doing on the side. Like, it was like the third thing that I was doing. But I still wanted good money out of it because I was passionate about the things that I did. So one of the things that I had already tried my hand at was marketing. I had done very basic marketing. I was paid about 5,000 per month for each client. For some clients before 2019 only. So I knew that it was something that I want to get better at, but I didn't know how. And I used to see a lot of ads for marketing courses, but none of them really felt very legit. That was when I came across this course, this webinar rather, which was absolutely free. I think the webinar is still there. I'll link it down below. It was by Ruta Mittal and it was very nice. Okay. The moment I saw the webinar, I was like, this is it. That's it. That's the course that I'm going to buy. I was a little bit on the fence. So I asked the course creator herself if the course would be a good fit for me, because mind you, back then I was towards the end of second year. So I was going into my third year about 6 months later. So I told her that I'm in my second year, I'm gonna pass out next year probably. So is it okay for me to take this course, because I don't have that much time. And what I really liked about her is that she didn't tell me that, yes, you should buy this course, because most of the people who create a product, they want maximum sales without thinking if the customer is going to benefit of it or not. But she didn't do that. She told me that if you are free enough, or if you think that you will be able to manage time for this, only then you can buy this product. Otherwise, you can always buy my course after you pass out. And I absolutely loved that, because it was totally amazing on her part to let me know that it will not be a good fit for me if I don't have time. And that's when I realized that she's an honest person and she's a legit person, and selling her course is not her focus, but rather my improvement is, which these 4 factors really made me fall in love with her. And that's why I bought the course within a couple of weeks more. So yeah, since it was like a big decision, it was a lot of money, and it still is a lot of money. The price of the course has doubled since then, and it's okay if you can't afford it and you still want to learn marketing. There are plenty of free resources online. Even Ruta has a YouTube channel where she has dropped some very good content from inside the academy only, so you can definitely check it out. But yeah, basically that's when I took the course. And once I took the course, I got my first client in about 2 months. I got to my first 1 lakh month as a freelancer in the second half of 2019. This was when I was offering services of Instagram and Facebook ads to 3 clients, and I was also doing a little bit of consultancy. So all of that added up, and I made my first lakh. And the best thing about it was that it was pretty fast. Okay, I had been doing content writing for a long time on the side, but I was not capable of reaching that goal. But with marketing, I reached it very fast. So I do think that I am better suited for marketing in some ways than content writing. But content writing was something I enjoyed, and I still do it a little bit on the side because it makes me feel so much at peace. But yeah, I think I enjoy doing marketing more because one, I can do more experiments there. I work primarily with coaches, consultants, course creators who are making products or providing services that literally change people's lives. So being involved with these people makes me feel like I have a sense of purpose in life. If that makes sense to you. So I love what I do in marketing, and although I did love content writing as well, I don't think I'll do it full time in my whole life ever again. Content writing was great, but marketing is where I find myself the most fulfilled. And once I hit the goal of 1 lakh per month for the first time, it was easier for me to hit those goals for the next few months again. I slowed down on a few months because I had college plus also my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel, first YouTube channel by the way, is called Heli, and it was growing very fast at that point. So I had to take care of that too. So some months I used to slow down, and those slow months I used to make about 40-50,000 as a freelancer easily, just by spending like 1 or 2 hours per day. So I would say freelancing and marketing has really changed my life. If you are someone who wants to get started in freelancing, be it in marketing, be it in something like virtual assistants, be it something like graphic designing, video editing, anything to be honest, make sure that the first thing that you do is learn the skill properly. Okay, I feel like a lot of the things that you can learn are all available online for absolutely free, starting from how to build a skill, to how to write a proposal, to how to send a contract, how to deal with clients. Everything is available on YouTube. If you are someone who wants spoon feeding, I'm sorry, freelancing is not for you. But if you are ready to do the Google searches, do the YouTube searches, yes, you can make this your career. For the majority of my life, I got my first course only when I was 19. So everything before that I had learned for absolutely free just by Googling stuff. Okay, and if I did it, so can you. And I know a lot of people who reach lakhs per month just by using Google without any courses help. Okay, I think Ruta herself also did that. Okay, I'm not 100% sure about this. But yeah, the thing is, everything is available online. You only need to have the energy to type in the search box what exactly you are looking for. Follow awesome people who are in freelancing or in the niches that you want to be an expert in, and that also helps you a lot in building authority and getting to know what to do and what not to do. All these things are very important. Number two, your first few professional connections, your first few professional calls will be bad. Okay, and that's totally okay. It's very important for you to do those first few calls, because without that you will not get to your 10th call where you actually seal the client. Okay, my first few calls, mess. I had my first few calls when I was about 17. Okay, not 19, because I told you I started freelancing in content writing when I was 17. And the first few calls, I literally stammered so much. I am from an English medium school, and in school I could converse in English fluently, but something just really happened to me and I went really off. And throughout the call, I was stammering and I couldn't put my thoughts into words, because you see, it was the first time I was in a professional space, and I had to put the words into a professional manner, and I was not used to doing that. So the first call was a mess, absolute mess. And so were the next few, but eventually I got a hang of it, and by the second month I was very fluent at talking with people. Right now I guess I'm better than ever at professional calls. Although my first instinct is to actually keep everything scheduled so that I don't get thrown off the track by a random call in the middle of the day, because as you can understand, I've worked with a lot of people. So nowadays a lot of people do have my contact, so I don't want them hitting me up at any point of time. I have a scheduling system which I highly recommend for you. If you want to get started as a freelancer, have a scheduling system with something like Calendly. It's absolutely free in the basic version. Next thing I will advise for you if you want to get started as a freelancer is know how to write emails. I can't tell you how much this has changed my life. I still remember writing my first professional email when I was 17, and the person I sent it to literally made fun of me, which I don't think was very right. I can understand, like, I was bad at it, but you have to cut me some slack. I was just 17. It was my first work, and they were pretty much aware of the fact that I was doing it for the first time. So it was not fair for them to make fun of me like that, to be honest. It really hurt my self-esteem. But I never let that get to me, and I never thought that, okay, I am a terrible person. I learned how to write better emails, and I guess I'm pretty good now. Inside my freelance consultancy, I teach people how to write emails or to. So yeah, I would say I'm good at writing emails these days. But emails is something that is really underrated. A lot of people, especially those who are getting started in freelancing, they feel very worried that they will not get any clients. Okay, they feel worried that there's so much competition. They see 30-40 competitors alongside them in applying for the same job, and they are worried that they'll not get the job. And this worry is legit. However, I can assure you, out of everyone who's applying for the job, 50-60% don't even know how to write a proper email. Okay, I can assure this to you. And if you don't believe me, just go on any platform and say that you are offering a job and leave your email ID there. Just look at the emails that you get. You will understand why I am saying this. So people don't know how to write emails. A lot of people are still learning. Okay, so if you can write a good email, that's where you get ahead of the rest of your competition. About 40-50% of your competition is still gonna be there. Okay, I can't tell you that there's no competition for you, because there is, but yeah, it's not as much as you think it is. Okay, about 30% of your existing competition you can actually beat just by being good at what you do. 20% might be actually as good as you are, or even better than you are, which is totally normal. Here the key is to keep improving, applying to a lot of people so that you get the maximum opportunities. But yeah, don't get very worried about this, because most of the times or the things that you're getting worried about are not even getting worried for, or worth getting worried for. So yeah, that will be my next tip. And my last tip, if you want to get started as a freelancer, is that master the art of Googling. Okay, Google is gonna do wonders for you. Okay, there's been so many times that I didn't know what to do, what to like, how to approach something, or how to deal with a certain situation, which was really new for me. Okay, and when I was about 17, I didn't even have a lot of friends in freelancing, so there was no one I could really ask. At this point, I have a network of people I can ask questions to, but back then I didn't. So being in Facebook forums and also learning how to Google stuff helped me a lot in solving my queries. Okay, because freelancing is something where each and every person's journey is damn different. You can never give a straight path to anyone. Everyone's path is so different. But Googling stuff really helps you troubleshoot issues that are going to come your way, which they surely will, because at the end of the day, it is a path that you navigate yourself. No one is teaching you. No one is your boss. You are your own boss, and that can be great for some people. Whereas if you are someone who's used to taking orders and who is more comfortable knowing what exactly to do step by step, yes, maybe freelancing is not the thing for you. So yeah, that will be my tips for you if you want to hit 1 lakh per month as a freelancer. I hope that it helped, and I hope that you like my story of how I hit my first lakh as a freelancer. Honestly, I was really happy when I realized that, okay, this month has happened. Because with YouTube, the thing is, when it's a good month, it can be very good income, like in a couple of lakhs or more. But if it's not going good, it can be 10-20,000 too. Okay, so I didn't want to live in that kind of an income range, because the anxiety it causes is effing real. Okay, I didn't want to live in that. That was the primary reason why I didn't want to leave freelancing, because at least in freelancing, I'll be in control of how many clients I'm taking per month, or how much money I'm making per month. Okay, YouTube can really make you feel like you're not in control. So that was the primary reason why I chose to do freelancing, even when I was doing well on YouTube. I'm really happy about the fact that I do so many things. I am not really the kind of person who will fit into one box. I love experimenting with different things. I guess it's the age for me to experiment. I'm 21 now, and I think at least until 25 I'll try my hand at a number of things, maybe even after 25. Human beings have multiple skills and passions, and so do I. While I can't pursue all of them as a profession, I would still like to see what are the things that work for me, what are the things that don't, and this is my perfect age to do that. Don't you think so? If you want to follow me on my journey of making online careers, make sure that you are subscribed to my YouTube channel. Click the notification bell too if you want to get notified of the next video. You can also follow me on Instagram at @Sahili Chatterjee here for daily updates. And currently my mentorships are also open for booking. So if you want to connect with me personally to get my guidance on how to get started as a freelancer, if you have passions like writing, marketing, etc., or even if you are unsure of what career you should pursue, I can help you out. So if that sounds interesting to you, make sure that you check out the link in the description and comment so that you can check out my landing page where you can get the details of everything that I do inside my mentorships for my students. One of my biggest goals in life is actually to help people out in making online careers, and my mentorships are one of my ways to do that. And I also drop new videos on this YouTube channel every week, so make sure that you are tuned to my channel and make sure that you hit the subscribe button. If you have any questions, make sure that you leave it in a comment below because I reply to every comment, and I'll be back with another video next week. Till then, bye bye.